I'm going to hand over now, talking about the power of patients to help research. I'm going to hand over to Lindsay, who's going to talk about the registry and the global FKRP registry.
Hello, thank you very much. It's lovely to see you all here this morning. And I would also just like to mention that one of the major supporters of the global FKRP registry is LGMD2I Research Fund, so thank you very much, Jean-Pierre. And ML Biosolutions as well have now granted us some support. But I would like to talk to you this morning about patient registries in general and about how they work to support research and the patient community. So, what are registries? Registries are research databases containing demographic, genetic, and clinical information about individuals who either have a specific disease or a specific change in a particular gene. Depending on the frequency of the condition, they can either be regional within one nation, they can be national or international, and that obviously it depends on the prevalence of the condition. Registration is frequently initiated by the patient themselves. All registries must collect informed consent from the patient, which supports the collection of data and the storage and the use of that data. And then registries can either be patient self-reported or clinician reported, or they can be dual. They can be a combination of both. And then finally, information to be of the best quality, it needs to be reviewed regularly and updated regularly. So registries collect real-world data to inform understanding and the development of standards of care for a particular condition. They provide natural history and epidemiology information. Very excitingly, they're able to assist with the recruitment of participants to research studies and trials. And also, as developments are made within potential therapies, they can also inform regulatory pathways and help to monitor the safety and efficacy of any new therapies. We also, excitingly, are able to work with academics, healthcare professionals, and industry to try and address specific questions. And crucially, we try to provide a link between the research community and also the patient community. So, very, very quickly, this is a common way in which patient registries work. The patient or the parent guardian of a patient is able to register online. Here, as mentioned, they provide consent. They read about the project and they can provide their consent or not. So it's a case of that. They have that choice at that moment. Many registries will then are working with doctors, and doctors have given their permission to have their name listed within the registry. At this point, a patient is able to select their doctor from the registry to help to provide data on their behalf. So all of that being done, then a doctor can complete the doctor questionnaire to provide data, and the patient completes their questionnaires. And this is often done with a frequency of about every 6 months or annually. So how are the registries used? Going down to the second part there. Various interested parties are able to submit an inquiry into the registry. And then this inquiry is reviewed by the Registry Steering Committee to determine whether or not they think it's an appropriate use of the data within the registry. And then also just to comment that sometimes there might be a cost associated with an inquiry, but that is purely to help maintain to sustain the existence of the registry. The other thing to comment at this point is that at no point does identifiable data get shared from the registry. Everything that's shared is de-identified and anonymized. And then, so now specifically speaking about the global FKRP registry, this is the steering committee, and I'm delighted to say that the majority of the steering committee have been in Amsterdam the last few days. You can see that there are members from the USA and also from European countries, and they represent patients, patient advocates, neurologists, and physiotherapists. So more specifically about the global FKRP registry, It was established in 2011 and is coordinated from Newcastle University in the UK. It's an international database collecting clinical and genetic data with long-term follow-up. So it's a case of it's brilliant if you can register, but then also revisit us a year later and update or review your data. That would be brilliant. Individuals with a confirmed, we welcome individuals with a confirmed diagnosis of changes in the Fukutin-related protein, or FKRP gene. And that's another thing I just want to say, that it's absolutely vital that if you have access to your genetic report, please do share it with the registry, because that's the way that we can definitely confirm the diagnosis of LGMD2I. The other thing to point out is that we welcome all individuals with changes in their FKRP gene. And as you know, the majority of those individuals will have the limb-girdle form of the condition, but there are also even more rare congenital conditions, and we welcome individuals with those conditions as well. Very, very quickly, to touch on patient-reported information, the type of information we collect, obviously diagnosis from the patient, look into motor function, wheelchair use, collection of experience of pain, as well as quality of life. And then from the doctor-reported side of things, for example, we collect respiratory information and cardiac, and also information on contractures, for example. And then just to give you a very brief overview of the details within the registry. So currently we have 965 individuals who are registered. Just over half of those we have received the genetic confirmation for. So that's something that we really, really do want to carry on pushing to increase. Volker mentioned about the origins of the Northern European founder mutation. And you can see, so here it's in the 2 bars to the left-hand side of the graph. These are individuals who have this mutation. Many present in the fact that they have 2 copies of that mutation. That's the vast majority of individuals in the registry have that change. And then, but also some of them have just 1 copy of that gene, that mutation. And then finally, just again confirming with a pie chart, the majority of individuals in the patient registry have LGMD2I. And then also just to say, we have 230 doctors around the world from 35 countries who have agreed to have their name listed in the registry and to provide data to the registry. And also, just to give you the heads up, that we will be launching a new version of the platform, so it should be even more slick and beautifully behaved. And also, we will be introducing a slightly expanded data set as well. And that's coming soon. This is just to demonstrate our reach. We haven't reached every country, but we've at least touched on the majority of the landscape. And then here, these are examples of studies that the registry has been able to participate in, to promote and to help recruit to. A mixture of actual clinical trials, of natural history studies, and also, for example, just the distribution of surveys from researchers. And these are where we've actually provided data to help the feasibility planning for clinical trials. And then finally, the other big part, of course, we want to get the data out there. We want it to be used, to be shared with people working within the area. And so we publish in papers, but also visit conferences and so on, and present posters to spread the information and the word about the registry and the condition. And finally, we produce newsletters. One will be coming shortly. Also, we're a source for patients to find out about relevant disease-specific information. We hope to try to encourage the sense of community within the patient community, patient family. And also, we really try to be a point of contact for all patients within the registry, that And if the curator does not know the answer, we will go and find out and find expert opinion and try and get an answer to any question that you might have. And the other thing as well, that one of the benefits of being part of the registry is that you are also able to be contributing and taking part in research yourself. And that is all from me, and thank you very much to our sponsors for this event. Thank you.